a list of additional functions to operate on atomic variables, and notable, there is no corresponding multiply or divide function, and as usual they are available with or without the explicit to set the memory order of the operation. Okay, and I should mention that the type atomic address, that's basically the pointer. I mean, it is a pointer, and if you can subtract two pointers if they point to the same object, meaning same scalar variable or same struct, or to elements in the same array, and then you get a positive or negative integer saying the difference in not bytes but number of elements. So for a scalar it's either plus minus 1 or 0, clearly, and for array elements it's the number of elements in difference. Okay, so I would like to say that I will not ask about this pointer diff, but it is in the oral exam of this course. I may ask about it in the efficiency course. Okay, so but what it is, it's a signed integer of some compiler implementation defined size, which corresponds to, I mean, how big, how many bits there is in a pointer. Okay, so the atomic flag, it has two main operations. Firstly, to atomically test and set, and 0 means unoccupied and 1 means occupied. So when this flag is already 1, in principle what it does is to read it and then write a 1 in one operation atomically. But if it was already 1, there is no point, clearly, of writing a new identical 1. Well, there is only one representation of a 1. And why? Well, it's not wasting a store instruction for the CPU which does the store, but instead, what is it? It is that as soon as we write to a variable that we don't own, and in this case we don't own it since, well, it's likely that we don't own it since it was already occupied, since it will send invalidations to other that have a copy. Okay, and the worst scenario is if there are multiple CPUs performing this atomic flag test and set in a loop until they get the atomic flag, and then if they would send invalidations to each other, it would be a big waste of communication network bandwidth. So it's better if it loops on a local copy, and then when it gets an invalidation it can redo this writing. Okay, and to just clear it, there is this function, and the memory order, it is well, it must be one of relaxed, release or sequential consistency.